So I want you to check out this woman here. She left her husband, but I want you to hear the reasoning why she left her husband. But this kind of woman right here, within about 5 to 10 years, will be singing a different tune. Let's go ahead and check that out.
We were together for 15 years. Okay. We were married for 7. It was a beautiful thing. And we still had the normal ups and downs. Mm-hmm. But I will say we didn't have a relationship where we argued all the time. Yeah. We didn't have a relationship where we were dealing with infidelity or stuff like that, during those times. We didn't have that type of relationship. Yeah. So, because we were friends first. Yeah. So it was always like, that's my home. It was just something in me as a woman. I cannot explain it to where it was like I was battling myself. You feel like I'm trying to do the right thing, but it's something that's pulling me away from doing this. But why would it pull me away from my husband? Right. I'm battling in the midst of that with religion, like with the people telling me at church and what I'm getting spiritual advice from. And then I'm battling with it with myself. Like, why am I feeling this way? Yeah. I'm talking about I'm going to therapy for myself to figure out why am I feeling this way towards my husband. And the way I was feeling, it wasn't like I felt resentment towards him. It was almost like I was withholding a piece of me that I couldn't give him. I'm sitting on the couch and we had a small issue, and that small issue was back that pattern. Now, you done went to therapy for this. We done had talk for this. I done talked to you. What did you get from this after I said it? To make sure you understand, because I love to communicate. And I'm sitting on the couch, y'all, and I kid you not, God told me that is not your husband.
One hard thing for men to get over is when you was a good husband. You didn't cheat. You paid bills. You try to support her as much as possible. You did everything you could for the kids, and she still leaves you on some, because everything she said was a bunch of cockamamie BS, and y'all know it. You talking about God told you, it was not your husband. Well, if God didn't want you to have that man as your husband, then he would have done something to prevent you from marrying him. No. You're sitting up here, you wanted to get outside. And that's what, let me tell y'all something about some of these women. They be married, and then they want to eventually, they're looking at single women and what single women is doing, and they thinking the grass is greener on the other side because they get this illusion. But yet they don't know these single women, they going out. Yeah, they doing this with their girls and all this other thing they're doing, but they alone. They give an illusion on social media like everything is great, but then they struggling in their household to pay bills. Some of them are worried about getting evicted. Some of them worry about their car, being repossessed, some of them, because they're struggling. But they outside, they give a great facade of single life. You understand what I'm saying? Some of those same single women, they'll be out there on the internet posting things, but then they wish they had a situation where they didn't have to worry about the rent because your man got it. They have to worry about, if I'm in a natural disaster, I'm not alone because I have, you have your husband. You understand? You have support. Some of them same homegirls, that they're talking to, some of them got somebody. And they say, man, I wish I had somebody, in the tough times or whatever. Some of them same girlfriends will turn on them. Who they usually go tell? Usually if they got a husband, they'll come to their husband and say, guess what Keisha did? Man, Keisha did some foul BS, and then you hear everything that Keisha did, right? She wish she had that. Some of these women out here. And then you're going to leave a man like that. And then that, beyond with you, that's what sometimes can make a guy turn into a villain beyond with you. It's one thing to get cheated on or something like that. You say, okay, I'm cool with that. I'll leave, right? But it's when you do everything right as a man and you still get left, that could turn you into a villain. And you have to be careful not to turn yourself into a villain, not because of, I want you to protect, women from your reign of terror, but I want to protect you as a man, because when you turn into a villain, that corrupts you, right? And you don't hate women, you just don't like the situation. So you have to just heal from that. Just heal from it. You may have to holler at somebody, maybe some therapy or whatever, right? But the good thing for that man is that she left, because now, since she's out the way, that means the right woman that's supposed to be in his life come. Because listen, some people not going to be with you for a lifetime. Some people going to be with you for a season. And that season for her was up. Don't become bitter, fellas. And let me tell you something about that. There's women all over the world. You can get your passport and go seek out your heart's desire. Because one thing about some women, whether they're here in the United States or other parts of the world, not every woman's a dumb woman. I promise you that. They got some women that will get with the program real quick. They be like, hey, if he got a steady job, he not a criminal, he not beating on me, he's not cheating on me, he pays bills. You understand? So they got women that say, look, I'm paying 100% of my bills right now, so if I can just put that down to at least 50% of the bills, or my husband say I can just pay 30% of the bills, either or, hey, that's a lot less than what I'm paying right now. It'd be more money in the house. Like, man, I'd do anything that. Listen, a lot of women talking like that right now. They got women in the comment section right now that's saying that. And they would love to have a man like that. And they would treat him right. They'll be his chef. They'll be his 304. They're his personal 304 and everything at home. You understand? She be getting all that advice from 304 TikTok to make sure to keep her man at home. When you got ones like this that had a decent man and she just do that. So fellas, if that happens to you, like I said, just understand you can't hold no woman with you that don't want to be. And I promise you'll be greater later. That